Hi, I'm Garrick DeMeyer from Royal Constrictor Designs. I've got another 2018 hatching season update for you. It's late September 2018 and I'm still hatching lots of babies. I'm actually just about in my peak of hatching babies right now. Started hatching them a lot earlier this year and they just keep coming basically. So it's not a bad thing though. And the first clutch I want to show you, I actually have the clutch in my hands right now. This is from what I thought was a bumblebee pied bred to a pied. And it was a white wedding pied, so it was basically a spider pied. It was solid white. It actually looked like a black-eyed leucistic. And I thought that there was pastel in him as well. Turns out that there isn't, at least not very likely, because I don't see pastel in any of these. But I do have some really cool spider pieds or spides in this clutch. And you can see those right here. Actually got a lot of them in here. Okay, here's another one. So spider pieds tend to only have the pattern on the head and a little bit on the neck, but still pretty cool snakes. A lot of people like the real high white pieds, so yeah, I don't know if they're cool. I haven't hatched very many of these actually, even though that morph's been around for a while. I really haven't produced a lot of them. And then here's a kind of a lower white normal pied that came out. And then this one, this is actually a pied as well. At least I think it is. It's got a couple of like ringers, but I mean you can see more of the pied markings along here. Nice super white belly, and the pattern gives it away too. I mean I don't think that's just a het pied with that type of pattern. So yeah, that's a nice spider pied clutch. Pretty happy to see those. Okay, I'm gonna put these guys away and I've got another pied clutch to show you. Okay, this clutch was from a fire pied bred to an Enchi het. First baby, it's a fire Enchi, 100% het pied. And then this, not sure, this is probably an Enchi het pied, but I don't know, the pattern doesn't quite look like a typical Enchi. I might have to wait for that one to grow up a little bit. So anyway, those are two of them. And then I got these two guys right here. This is an Enchi pied, and this is an Enchi pied. These are the first Enchi pieds I've ever produced. I'm actually not 100% sure if there's fire in these two or not. I haven't really looked into what that combination looks like from what other people have produced. So if you have any suggestions or if you know, you can feel free to leave a comment below the video, and I'd love to hear it. One thing about Enchi pieds is that the Enchi brings almost all the pattern back into the pied. Fire, on the other hand, takes most of the pattern away. Typically, fire pieds tend to be very high white. So this has a little bit more white than what I think a typical Enchi pied would have, but I don't know if that's enough to make me think that there's fire in it. So I don't know. I don't think these have fire. I think this is the only one that has fire in this, but I'm just not 100% sure yet. So if you know the answer to that, definitely leave a comment below. Okay, so we'll move on to some other stuff that I can't quite figure out. And honestly, I haven't really looked at these and studied them that much, so I probably could figure it out on my own. I've been doing this for a long time and I should know all the answers, but I would appreciate any comments or suggestions on these as well. Okay, this clutch came from an Enchi butter clown to a killer bee clown. The first one I have here, if I can get her to unball, her or him, I haven't sexed these yet. This is a really nice bumblebee clown. I don't think that there's Enchi in that one, but there's definitely Enchi in this one. See, the Enchi just pulls the pattern in and reduces it so much. So bumblebee clown, Enchi bumblebee clown. The next one here This is a super pastel, I'm sorry, not a super pastel. It's a pastel Enchi clown. Really, really like what Enchi does to clown. So cool. Okay, then the next one. Here's a really nice colored pastel butter clown. I'm not 100% sure if there's Enchi in that or not. This also might have the blade gene in it too, so that could be tweaking the pattern a little bit. I think that the Killer Bee clown female is a blade, but it's kind of hard to tell when you add spider into it. But just a really nice pattern, a little lighter colored than what's typical with a pastel butter clown. Either way, really cool. Okay, now on to a couple that I'm kind of scratching my head on a little bit. This one right here and this one right here, the only thing I can think of that they would be is a bumblebee butter clown. So pastel, spider, butter, and clown, and very possibly Enchi in there, although if you notice the pattern on these two is a lot thicker than on this one. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but they're really super light. Like, I mean, basically would spider on top of this make this? I don't think so, but I can't figure out what else it would be. So yeah, another couple of snakes to toss into the mystery category. They're cool, but I don't know. I wish y'all came out with name tags on them. That'd make my job a lot easier. Okay, so I want to put these guys back. I've got a couple more really cool clutches to show you. Clutches that I can actually tell what they are. Okay, this next clutch is from a Coral Glow microscale bred to a Super Enchi hypo. And the microscale, for those of you that don't know, is another line of scaleless animals. It's similar to the scaleless head, slight differences, but it is genetically different, or at least it appears to be. So all of these snakes that I'm going to show you here are 100% het hypo. So this one would be an Enchi het hypo. It actually doesn't look super Enchi-ish, but it pretty much has to be because the mother is a Super Enchi hypo. Okay, the next one here is a Coral Glow Enchi. Actually, this one might be a microscale too. I'm not 100% sure. A couple of them I can tell pretty easily. I think that these are both microscales. I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure on that. I have to look at them a little bit closer. This one I know is a microscale. And then this one's a microscale as well. You can see the lack of scales along there on the head. I'm not 100% sure on these two. To look at them a little bit more closely at some point. But this is the real grand prize of the clutch here. This is a microscale Enchi male, and he's showing an extreme amount of the microscale influence. Basically scaleless down to here and along almost his entire back. And then microscales, the parts of them that do have scales, the scales feel really rough too. They definitely don't feel like a typical ball pythons. They're just rough, which is due to the smaller scales. But that's a really, really cool snake. I mean, that's like 50% of a scaleless snake there, or maybe not 50%, but pretty close. I mean, he's missing scales all the way along down his back, but you know, that first 25% of his body is 100% scaleless. Notice the lack of heat pits and just the overall different color. Super smooth. Oh yeah, look at his belly. Completely scaleless belly. So cool. I don't know. I'm really liking him a lot. Just checking these other guys out real quick. So yeah, this is a microscale and this is a microscale. This is definitely not. These two, I'm still not 100% sure. I can't really see them in this lighting very well. I'll have to get a better light out so I can really look at those head scales. But that guy, he's really cool, and he is a boy. This is a female maker Coral Glow microscale male, so all the Coral Glows that come out have all been females so far, and all of the non-Coral Glows have been males. So this guy is a male. I'll probably keep him, but I'm not sure yet. I guess I'd be interested in taking offers, but I don't know. That's a pretty cool snake. Okay, well, that's all I have to show you today. I'll show you more. I'll probably be doing another video in another week from now. I'm really trying my best to get them out once a week. If you want to see what I actually have for sale, make sure to visit my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com, and also like royalconstrictordesigns.com on Facebook as well. I show a lot of this stuff right when they hatch. You can see a lot of cool things on there. So I will be back with another video soon.